Hey, 10th house moon and Cancer on the 10th house cusp. You are someone whose emotional world is deeply connected to your purpose, your reputation, your career, visibility, public image, achievement, and being respected for what you contribute. The 10th house rules career, status, legacy, leadership, ambition, authority, public life, and how the world recognizes you. When the moon is here, emotional security is often tied to feeling useful, accomplished, seen, and valued in the outside world. You are um, public, public, publicly emotionally visible. So, excuse me. Even when you try to stay composed, people may sense your mood, your softness, your sincerity, or your emotional presence. Work, reputation, success, criticism, and public recognition strongly affect your emotional state. You lead through care, emotional intelligence, intuition, protection, mentoring, or making others feel supported. You are drawn to meaningful work, so you need a career that feels emotionally fulfilling, not just financially practical. You are very concerned with your reputation, so how you are perceived matters deeply to you. You may want to be seen as capable, trustworthy, respected, and emotionally mature. You're very connected to your maternal or family legacy. The mother, maternal figures, family expectations, or ancestral patterns have shaped your career path or public identity. Your career direction can be changeable. So, because the moon is cyclical, your professional desires may evolve through different phases of your life. When the moon is in the 10th house, it is teaching you that your sensitivity belongs in your purpose and your emotional wisdom can become a part of your legacy. With this placement, in its highest expression, you are someone who can become a respected guide, a nurturer, a leader, a healer, a public figure, or a protector in your field. You are here to learn that visibility does not require emotional hardness. You can be soft, intuitive, and powerful in public. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about your cards. So the first card is unsettled. It says, look before you leap from thing to thing without making real commitments. The next card is exaltation, which is moon in Taurus. The next card is seven of cups in reverse. And the Kalima that shows up for you is Dumavati. She's number 22. So Dumavati is a Kalima who lives in the shadows. She lives in the smoke. She's actually made of smoke, but she presides over difficult transitions. She is someone who teaches us that our suffering is teaching us something and that we don't have to live there in that suffering. It's okay to transition past it. But she's saying that our suffering has its purpose and it teaches us how to move forward and when to move forward. For you, the unsettled card. So what I'm picking up is that there's situations that you're in, and it may be professionally that there's a position that you're in professionally that is just not where you want to be. You've experienced a lot of pain, you've experienced a lot of turmoil, and you've gone through a lot to get to the summit when it comes to this position. And you may not even have reached the summit as of yet, but Spirit is telling you that the summit is close. And if you feel unsettled in this situation, then it's time for you to move forward. Um, they're saying don't just leap and jump out of this position into anything, but go towards what you're capable of. So, Spirit is saying that you've been the low man on the totem pole probably for quite some time, and you have rested in that place because um, Maybe you were shunning being a leader, even though you're a natural leader. Maybe you didn't want to accept the responsibility of being the boss, or, maybe you didn't want to go through the fire of trying to climb your way to the top. But Spirit is saying that you are naturally exalted. And so it's time for your exaltation in this moment. So don't just choose, just because you're ready to leave this particular circumstance, doesn't mean that you should just leap into the first thing that becomes available. They're asking you to curate your next experience. So look for what it is, that something that is able to play upon your strengths, something that you're able to use to elevate yourself in a way that is beneficial to you, and take your experiences with you. So become a leader. It's time for you to become a leader in your field, but to also take your emotional presence with you into that leadership role, and be the boss that you needed when you were climbing the ranks. Be someone who offers guidance and offers support and offers learning experiences. Be someone who puts people in the position to win. Be someone who puts people in the position that they could take your place one day when it's time for you to transition, because you are someone who is supposed to transition. So you're never supposed to hold on to an experience or hold on to a situation that is no longer serving you. No, you reach a point within that process, and then it's time for you to move on to the next thing. So you are someone who needs to be putting people in position to be your predecessor. Um, Someone who is not taking out their suffering and their pain on the people who are now beneath them, but someone who's transmuted that pain and says, you don't have to feel this, because I did. I did feel this. I did experience this, and I would never want that for you. So you would be someone um, who would move forward and be the perfect boss or the perfect leader of a company. I want to pull just some clarifiers. Show me, okay, that one is coming out. Moon card in reverse for unsettled. So there's greater and better for you out here in these streets, okay? And you just may be the type of person that kind of can get stuck in your ways, and will stay in a situation. You'll overstay your welcome in a situation because you don't know what is next, or because of what might happen if. But you're being asked to not let the uncertainty and the unknown keep you stuck in a place that is no longer serving you. When it comes to the exaltation card, you're being asked to move into a position where you're able to use your emotions and your emotional nature to your benefit and within that position, but you're also still in a professional capacity. Like you're able to take your emotional experiences and apply them to the practical side of your life. So that just clarifies what I was saying about how you treat people and how you put people in position. When it comes to the Seven of Cups in reverse, and Spirit was saying, don't just choose any old thing. The Four of Pentacles in reverse comes out to clarify the Seven of Cups. And what I'm picking up is, you're not just basing this, you're not basing your decision to move on money, or simply basing it on survival, or simply choosing the first thing that presents itself just because you're ready to go and move forward from this situation. You are carefully curating this next experience. This next experience needs to pay you more. This next experience needs to fulfill you more. This next experience needs to see you in a progressed state, not in the same state that you're currently in. And that experience is out there for you. now. So if you're ready to change your job, you need to be polishing up that resume. You need to be carefully looking and deciding this is not a go ahead and quit your job right now because something else is better out there for you type of reading. This is a reading that says take the appropriate next steps in order to find what it is that you're looking for. And Dumavati. Yeah. Yeah. So Three of Wands in reverse is saying don't just jump out there because you're ready for something new. It is saying to me that you've experienced what you've experienced in this position and it's prepared you for something else. Now you need to find that place that has been prepared for you because it is there.